precast and tilt-up concrete elements are not controlled at one moment only. The approved code covers safe design, handling, storage, transportation, on-site prefabrication, erection, and demolition of concrete elements used in building construction. This video follows one abstract element across those stages. Every visual is an educational diagram only. It is not a lift plan, rigging design, bracing design, erection document, engineering approval, SWMS, certificate, concrete strength confirmation, or completed evidence. Because of their size and mass, concrete elements can present significant risks during prefabrication, transport, handling, erection, and fixing. Those risks can also affect people performing other site activities. The moving element on screen has no dimensions, weight, capacity, or safe operating value. It simply shows that the risk picture travels with the element and can extend beyond the people directly handling it. This video uses approved guidance for Western Australia and the Northern Territory, with jurisdiction-specific application. The National Code is advisory, unless legislation or another legal instrument makes it mandatory. Its application is determined by each state or territory. Do not treat the National Code, the Western Australia material, or the Northern Territory material as binding throughout Australia. Check the current requirements for the jurisdiction where the work occurs. The complete construction and erection sequences should be planned before the concrete elements are manufactured. The sequence on screen is deliberately generic. It does not tell a project how to lift, rig, brace, position, connect, or erect an element. Its purpose is to make one approved point clear. The complete construction and erection sequence is planned before manufacture, rather than being invented after the element arrives. That complete construction and erection sequence should be agreed between the builder, relevant engineers, prefabricator, and erector. The role nodes on screen exchange the same generic sequence card. They do not approve a real plan, and they do not replace project communication. The animation shows the approved coordination boundary only: builder, relevant engineers, prefabricator, and erector, agreeing the complete sequence before manufacture. People engaged in concrete element construction should be consulted about hazard identification, risk assessment, and controls. They should also be informed about control methods, safety equipment, and emergency procedures. The signals on screen represent consultation and information moving between people. They are not records of a completed consultation, training activity, instruction, emergency plan, or operational control. A concrete element SWMS should be project-specific. A generic document shell cannot satisfy that description by itself. The shell on screen is intentionally incomplete and labeled as an illustration. It is not a SWMS for any workplace, project, or activity, and it does not represent approval, implementation, or completed evidence. The approved claim says a project-specific concrete element SWMS should cover activities, hazards, risks, controls, implementation, equipment, personnel qualifications, and required training. Those 8 headings appear as a content map, not as completed fields. The animation does not add a method, threshold, qualification rule, training rule, or site instruction. It shows only the approved content boundary. On-site rigging should follow the erection documentation. The screen shows a labeled documentation route and a generic rigging symbol, without angles, connections, capacities, equipment selection, or sequence. It is not erection documentation, and it must not be used as a rigging instruction or design. The approved message is the relationship. On-site rigging follows the erection documentation. Lifting should not proceed without confirmation of the specified concrete strength, or the engineer's approval where that strength has not been achieved. The hold gate on screen is binary and non-technical. It contains no strength value, test result, threshold, acceptance criterion, or approval. It does not confirm anything for a real element. It illustrates only the approved boundary before lifting proceeds. Concrete element storage positions should be engineer approved. Storage racks, frames, and supports should be engineered for the element's shape, size, and weight. The abstract storage frame on screen has no dimensions, geometry, capacity, or approval status. It is not a storage design. It shows the 2 linked requirements in the approved claim: engineer-approved positions and engineered supports suited to the element. Keep the approved control chain connected across the element. The code's full scope, the size and mass risk across stages and other site activities, the complete sequence planned before manufacture and agreed among the named parties, consultation and information, the project-specific SWMS content, rigging following erection documentation, the concrete strength or engineer approval boundary, and engineer-approved storage positions with engineered supports. This is Western Australian and Northern Territory approved guidance with jurisdiction-specific application. The National Code is advisory unless made mandatory by legislation or another legal instrument. An application is determined by each state or territory. Generic visuals and documents do not complete operational duties. Implementation, consultation, training, controls, records, and evidence remain necessary. This video gives no site-specific lifting, rigging, bracing, sequencing, or engineering instruction, and no guarantee of safety, compliance, absence of injury, enforcement outcomes, audit findings, or legal consequences. Get started free. https://app.bluesafeonline.com.au. Register.